Welcome back to our 5 quick question series here at Posse Empowerment. Today, we are talking about engineering, and we have brought to you Miss Ida, a process engineer. So come along and explore.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Posse Empowerment YouTube channel. Before we get started, please remember to social distance in public areas, stay 6 feet apart, and always make sure to wear a mask whenever you go in populated areas or with people in general, and take the proper precautions. So today we're here with Ida, and she is a process engineer. So we're just gonna get into the video. Okay, so firstly, you can introduce yourself, Ida.
Hi, ladies. My name is Ida Habtemichael. I attended the Rochester Institute of Technology, known as RIT, in Rochester, New York. My educational background is mechanical engineering. My bachelor's in mechanical engineering. In terms of my personal life, single, no kids yet, but I have a great group of friends. I love to travel. I actually, in my early career, before I went to school or college, I went to a performing arts school. So visual arts was my beginning. So when we talk about STEAM and the A in STEAM, I believe in that. My title is process engineer, and I work for Micron Technology in Manassas, Virginia.
All right.
Alrighty,
Okay.
so our first question is, what do you do? Just give us like a tiny job description.
Yeah, sure. So as a process engineer, working in a semiconductor manufacturing environment, essentially we're all together, the site is manufacturing memory chips. So my role in that, if you think about the whole process that it takes to manufacture a memory chip, which is from beginning to end, approximately 2 months, there are hundreds of steps along that line. So I own a bunch of those steps, and it involves a lot of chemical engineering, mechanical engineering. Everything is automated, right? So all the robots that handle all the processing. My job on the day-to-day is to keep track of the quality of the product. I come up with ideas and solutions to make the quality of the product better, make the processing more efficient. Time is money, right? So essentially, in a nutshell, that's what I do.
So the next question is, why did you decide to become a process engineer?
So the university that I went to, RIT, co-ops / internships were required for graduation. Okay, so that was a great opportunity to kind of test different companies and different roles, right? Because you could have an engineering degree, but that can be translated into so many things. It gives you a great base to go into many different technology fields and industries. So the last internship I did with Micron allowed me to get into this very high volume, high fast-paced environment. And if you can imagine, it's like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. It's incredible with all the automation going on. So I got a taste, and so I loved it. I loved the opportunity to, come up with solutions and implement them quickly, right? In many other fields, not in manufacturing, when you're more in like design heavy, you have these ideas, but you don't really see the fruits of your labors until much longer, later on. But in manufacturing, you're quick on your feet, coming up with solutions quickly, and then you can see how it impacted quality and the processing right away. So that was exciting to me. So that's why I stayed in the field. and I've been doing this 13 years, so it's kept me going. I've never bored, and that's pretty much why I stuck with it.
Alrighty, that's um as a process engineer, why do you think process engineers are necessary for the world to go around?
Hmm, that's a good question. So, in my role in manufacturing, um, I wear many hats. So I'm dealing with the folks who are directly involved with quality, who are directly involved with efficiency, which is the speed that we manufacture, involved with safety folks, right? Involved with cost cutting projects, cost reduction projects, I should say. Um, and so that role is very important to making a process to manufacture memory chips. Um, it's very, very diversified in its effects. So it's important because, you know, we're folks who can put on different hats, right? So in many other fields, you're very focused on one kind of task or engineering. But in the process engineering role, I think it's important because you know, it's a special skill to multitask and be able to do, you know, think like a mechanical engineer, equipment, also think like a business person because you have to think about leveraging cost and, you know, requires some politics in terms of leveraging your ideas and getting what you want. So I would say it's important because we're just doing so many things that are important to the bottom line of the company.
That's really
Yeah, nice rundown. Okay, so this is a more personal question. So, have you experienced any biases in your field or just, yeah, in your career?
Um, I think that's a given. You know, whether they're microaggressions as I guess that's the official term they're using now, which is, you know, the things that you are not measurable, the interactions that are hard to quantify, right? When we say microaggressions from folks who aren't maybe directly, you know, changing your career path or affecting negatively impacting your career, but it affects you, and so then you perform differently, right? But then there's the actual hurdles in which, you know, the reality is we work in an environment that requires a lot of folks and a lot of teamwork, a lot of collaboration, right? So if folks don't, you know, they look at you and you look different, you don't look like the typical engineer, right? Or what they're not used to. Um, it's a path of proving your worth rather than getting the respect from the get-go, right? Which is, I don't believe in. I think everybody deserves respect and the benefit of the doubt from the beginning because you've applied for the role, you've shown your skills, right? You're in your role for a reason, right? You've worked very hard to get where you are, so everybody should be given a chance. So for sure, you know, it's been a tough role, not only in the workplace, but, you know, even before that, you know, when you get to college, um, myself being in mechanical engineering, uh, you know, bless their hearts, but the majority of the students were white males. They hadn't worked with any women or people of color for the most part, for a lot of them, from the regions of the country or towns that they had come from. So, you know, I actually had one project team member who verbally told me that uh, because I was a Black woman, he didn't think I was going to be able to cut it in the projects that we were working on together. And actually, we're friends till this day, and support each other, you know, through graduation and into the workforce. But I appreciated him because he validated the hurdles that we're going through, right? And he was honest about his perceptions. So if we can be honest, then we know what we're dealing with, right? And I trusted him from then on, and he said, you know, from here on out, of course, I've learned my lesson, and I hope you are on my team for every project going forward, right? But needless to say, I think it's important that regardless of these hurdles, we just keep trucking through. You know, we're going to change how people view us as women, Black, and then there's the intersectionality of being Black and a woman, being a Black woman. So, and I'm 5 foot even. So imagine I'm coming into an environment where, you know, folks are, you know, working on this very heavy machinery, and they're like, how are you going to be able to, you know, step in and help out, right? But, you know, I roll up my sleeves and I'm right in there, right? So get in there, and it's helped me to just be persistent and have these talks and talk it out with folks, you know, confront it. So yeah, that's been the journey for me.
It's very amazing. So our last question, our last question is, why do you think women should go into the field of STEAM?
Okay, off the bat, I'm gonna be honest. These are lucrative fields. You make money. You make good money. All right, we're all in this, right? We're all in the careers to make money. We have to work and support ourselves and build generational wealth, right? That's the end goal. And live comfortably and enjoy life, right? So, you know, especially in the US, there's arguably a shortage of tech workforce. So, especially being Black and a woman, these two groups are underrepresented in the tech fields, right? You guys know that. So it's important for us to, you know, see that these are possibilities for us, so that one, we can help ourselves, right? And we can get that money. And then two, we can support this great economy that is in the US, right? We are helping be great contributors to society, and then we can use that to you know, help the future generations, right? The better equipped we are in our careers, the better equipped we are to help others. So I think that's why we should get into STEAM fields. It's very important to change the perspective of us being successful in these fields. It's we all have the same brains. Genetically, scientifically, there's no difference, right? So we can do it. We are doing it, by the way.
Well, thank you, Miss Ida, for coming on 5 Quick Questions and allowing us to have insight on what it's like to be a process engineer. So let's change the narrative.
Let's change the narrative.
Let's change the narrative.